Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel this evening. In this evening's video, we'll be previewing UFC 306 or UFC NOCHE, as it's been promoted as. But this evening, I'm joined by Callum, joined by Jamie to preview this card, among many other things. How are we feeling today, gentlemen?
A little under the weather, but looking forward to the fights.
Cal's got the two bob bits, and yeah.
ARK with the comment already saying good evening. Oh no,
Okay.
No, it says good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. But yeah, the big card. I feel like that this card has probably been the most promoted that a card has been promoted for quite a while. Whether or not it has been for all the right reasons is something that we will discuss before we touch on the card and comments that were made in the press conference. Do you think this card as a spectacle, not the fights, will be any good for the viewer?
Sorry, Jay, go on.
I have no idea because I've not even seen in it or how it'll look.
So apparently, throughout the event, there'll be a film, a world, and an act. The films consist of 6 short films, roughly 90 seconds each, which will serve as don't know how to pronounce that. Basically, in between the fights. Those films will transition into different worlds and environments that will take up the entire LED screen, which the fights will sit within. I don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like that if you've paid the ridiculous amounts of money that fans have paid for, it's going to be a good spectacle in there. But as the viewer, I don't know how you're going to be able to experience it, if that makes sense.
I've just watched a video of it. It's naff small. I didn't realise how small it was.
Yeah.
In there.
Okay.
So yeah. I just watched U2's concert in there. U2 have done a concert in there, yeah. And it's all screens, all LED boards, and then they got the stage and then the crowd in front. So I don't know how they're going to set it up for UFC, if the crowd's going to be around the octagon or it's just a screen, the arena, the stage, and then the crowd. Is that how they're going to do it?
I don't know. I think the way that I've seen it, because obviously ARK said that Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell went to a Sphere for the concert. It was apparently amazing. So it could be one of those that are special in person, and the viewing doesn't really make a difference for all of us at home. I've got a feeling that will be the case, that unless you're going to be there. I'm just trying to find something else that Dana put as well.
I'm sure UFC make it look shit though.
Yeah, I was about to say,
somehow make it look.
I swear Dana mentioned something about like the WWE production, and then I think Dana tried to take credit for like how good the production was. I'm thinking production,
the WWE production.
Yeah, like tried to like
he's taking credit. He's taking credit for those. He's taking credit for WWE's production, which is far better than UFC's. Although they work for the same company.
Yeah, but WWE have been doing production for like decades now and have been better than everyone. Like you only have to look at again WCW, AEW. No disrespect to those companies, but the production value between the three, that it wasn't even close. Like the product itself, you can argue about, but the production value, WWE have been clear for years now.
I'm just trying to find the gate, because apparently this is a $24 million gate. So this is the highest UFC gate ever.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Had to be.
And plus, Ottoman Turk with the comments, smash up the likes. Exactly, smash up the likes if you're new around here. Obviously, Jamie and Callum's channels are both links are in the description. Is it description? Yeah, links in the description. See, links in the description. I'll get there eventually. Yeah, yeah. So this is definitely the biggest gate. Obviously, we know this is Riyadh season, So Turk, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to pronounce it. So His Excellency will be there at the event.
Yeah.
Good De La Hoya.
Yeah, he's bringing a friend, ain't he?
Oh yes,
He's bringing a.
and apparently they're going to honor all the Mexican fighters in combat sports, including Canelo Alvarez, who is fighting the same night. By the way, which whoever decided as the UFC to put this card up against Canelo on Mexican Independence Day, probably needs a header wobble. Because I think the fight's going to happen literally simultaneously.
Yeah, that don't make sense
I don't.
at all, does it?
All right. So call me crazy here. I don't think it's the worst idea to do something on the same night as Canelo. And the reason why I say that is because they're doing it on the same night, people are going to link it with Canelo as well. So there'll be articles saying why UFC going on the same night as Canelo, etc. Because of people talking about going the same night as Canelo, it will actually give it a bit more buzz. I don't actually think it will kill the event. Plus, I think they'll stagger it. I don't think they'll have the two main events at the same time.
They'll have a Canelo napping in the back, like it is for the Kovalev fight.
Can I ask what makes this pay-per-view anything to do with Mexico? It's in Las Vegas.
Mexican Independence Weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's an American company. But it's in Vegas.
Wanted to get they wanted to use the Sphere, ARK. I guarantee the UFC will get more buys. Belanga is effing shit. Never seen them fight, so can't tell.
Well, they will. It's Grasso Shevchenko is selling it on their own, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Calvin's dead on the back of that. No, but I think from your viewing perspective, I do think I think the TV won't do it justice. I think we'll probably sit there thinking, "Fuck, this is disappointing." But apparently, Sean O'Malley said that Dana told him that it's going to be the shit. Bro, I was born in Mexico. No one cares about MMA. No one cares about MMA, boxing, and soccer are the only sport. Yeah, exactly. Because I think they're really trying to push MMA in Mexico.
And wrestling, by the way.
Really trying to push it.
Big.
And you
I think wrestling's big. I think Mexico wrestling's bigger in Mexico than MMA right now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Lucha Libre and all that.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Oscar De La Hoya being at the event, considering what Dana's?
I want to see Dana and Os.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I wonder if they'll be kept apart or not.
No, well, at half time they're sharing a line, so you know.
Yeah, apparently
it's happening, isn't
it? Also, Ariel Helwani will be at the event, apparently, or close by.
Oh, I don't think apparently go Canelo's fight. I don't think
Turk, His Excellency wants to get him and Ariel back in a room together. Dana and Ariel in a room together.
That's my dream. That's my dream. That's my dream interview.
I have to say that would be bigger than Oasis getting back together. Because, sorry, Jamie, who gives the toss about Oasis? Who gives the toss? Sorry, mate.
Wait, what have me for? I'm more of a Guns N' Roses fan.
Yeah. ARK, it's more of a boxing celebration. The UFC are trying to co-op with Mexican Independence Day. Dana is desperate for the Mexican fans. Can't blame him. They are the most loyal fans. Look at Checo in F1. Yeah, I can definitely see he's trying to tap into that market. I don't know how successful.
Is there any Mexican fighters actually on the card?
Grasso's on the card, and
apart from Grasso, apart from Grasso.
Well, the thing is, right? Like thinking, before we touch on the actual card, actually, let's touch on it. You're probably thinking, we want to get the biggest Mexican fighters in the game. Brandon Moreno, not there. I'm trying to think who else is like Mexico big and is active at the moment.
Okay, Cain Velasquez out of prison.
Yeah, Kane's obviously retired, though, isn't it? But yeah, Brandon Moreno is the biggest one.
But
And he's not on the
Raul
card.
Rosas Jr. is not on this card. He's doing media events, I think.
Is he not on the card? He's
I
on the
don't-
card.
Is he?
Hold on.
I think Diego Lopes is Brazilian.
Oh,
isn't he?
no, I am wrong. He's on the early prelims.
He's on the early prelims.
Yeah. Irene
Yeah.
Aldana
He
is on
actually
prelim.
he actually opens the door for the entry. That's what I've heard.
That's Yair Rodriguez.
Yair. Lopez, yes,
No,
Lopez
mate.
as well.
No, Lopez
Yeah,
is
Lopez.
Brazilian, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he's dual
No,
nationality.
yeah.
Oh, no,
And
actually,
he
Ortega,
Brazilian,
is
Diego
Ortega
Lopez.
Mexican?
So Ortega has Mexican heritage.
They all look the same to me. Yes. No, but
so that's like again, Yair. You gotta have Yair on the card if you're doing a Mexican.
you have to have Brandon Moreno. I understand, like we always say, like on the UFC cards, they want to have like a fight there that you go, not really sure about this, but it could be a banger and it could be an opportunity for people to say, oh look, there's a new name that we should keep an eye on. But there are so many fights on like the main card that I'm sitting there going, you don't really deserve this spot over your likes of Moreno. I think Moreno's fighting this year, by the way.
Yeah,
but couldn't get to do this card, and neither Jair, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh,
Couldn't get in the opportunity. But however, you can give. I don't know. Would you want to touch on the preview, or do you want to touch on Sugar Sean O'Malley? You know what? Let's touch on Sugar Sean O'Malley because I've got a clip that I will play because it's short. It will not get banned.
famous
Sugar Sean is in full on delusion. He believes that he'll surpass Conor McGregor and be the UFC's biggest star. I'll just, instead of me talking about it, let's just play the clip.
Saturday night. How close do you think you are to getting to that level of star power?
Yeah. I think I'm very close. I think Conor's still got one more big fight in him because it's a big question mark. Like, what can Conor come back? Can he actually beat Chandler? So I think Conor's got one more huge fight in him. He goes out there and loses his next fight, it'll be like 6 in a row or something. It's got to die down eventually. Maybe not. That just tests how big of a star he is. But I would assume he goes out there. If he loses, I'm there. I'm the guy. I'm the number one.
No one knows.
Jamie, I'll let you cook. Whilst I find
Jamie's favorite fighter, everyone, by the way.
Oh,
get
my
those
God.
steam
More people know
on and cook.
More people know me than O'Malley. Look. You're never going to be. Conor McGregor could lose every fight again for the rest of his life. It wouldn't matter. Yeah. My dad, who has no interest in MMA, UFC, or anything like it, doesn't like it, doesn't watch it. No, it's like back in the 80s when no one watched wrestling, but you knew who Hulk Hogan was, yeah? It's that with Conor McGregor in MMA. Some people might not have any idea about MMA, no interest in it whatsoever. Name me an MMA fighter, Conor McGregor. No one is going to be going around and going, oh, name me an MMA fighter. Oh, Sean O'Malley. No, it's never going to happen. He's fighting a bum in the main event in a big pay-per-view.
Whoa.
No, he's a bum. Let's get it right. He's 4'2". He's a bum. Right?
Marab not a bum.
Yeah.
It's easy work for Sean. He'll win on points comfortably. Easy work, right? Easy work. And UFC will continue this thing of like, oh, he's a superstar. He isn't. He doesn't even talk like a superstar. He talks afraid.
He stutters more than me.
He talks is like he's afraid. He talks like he's afraid. He talks like Conor never spoke like he's afraid. Conor would sit there in his 3-piece suit, just sitting there like that and tell you the world and you listen, right? Maybe not anymore. But
Yeah, shut your mouth.
this,
What they
this,
fucking
this,
listen to me, son. Yeah, shut your mouth.
and
Stop
it's only,
talking shit. Stop talking shit,
and he's
yeah?
only,
McGregor's still number one. Still number
and
one,
he's only
mate.
talking like this because O'Malley's fought no one but bums in his career. He's a champion. You got his boss now. Is
Whoa, you couldn't outrun
right.
Sterling a bum.
That one
Oh,
hurts.
They're all bums. I know, but again, he's another.
That one hurt,
Sterling,
Jay.
You're getting your cheat shots in
I
now,
know
Jamie.
it. I know. I know, but
You
they're
wait to
bums.
get to the Valentino
really,
Grasso breakdown.
Oh, you're getting cooked.
Get
Okay.
my revenge.
To be fair, I win both ways. I'm happy, but I look at Sean O'Malley and think, what do you do that's special, that stands you apart? Because if you ask me,
He's a clean,
it's
technical
the
fighter. That's
it's
about
the
it.
airport scenario. It's the airport scenario, right? If O'Malley landed at an airport and was walking through the airport, and you didn't know he was going to be there, he could walk through that airport without anyone asking for an autograph. Simple. If Conor McGregor landed at Gatwick right now, could Conor get from the plane to his car without being stopped a million times? The answer is no. No, the press would be there, everyone would be there. No one cares about Sean O'Malley. They're in the British press or the American press or Sean O'Malley's landed at the airport, we must get an interview. No one cares. He's not a star. He's not a star at all.
I think he's a star, like in his own, head. Because we know, like, we see some fighters talk about their star power, and we go, you're checking out your ass. And like when I hear him talk, he talks like me. He stutters like a lot, and I stutter a lot. And I'm thinking, if you're trying to elude like confidence, like you're the guy, getting cooked in press conferences like he does on a regular. He's not the sharpest talker on the mic. It's just a good thing that he's up against Merab, who is not a sharp talker when it comes to the mic. Like,
Sharp at
what was the
anything.
last presser O'Malley did, wasn't it, with Strickland? We got involved in Strickland. Strickland cooked him. Like, this guy
DDP's a bigger star. DDP's a bigger star than
DDP. Alex Pereira's a bigger star.
Alex Pereira's the biggest star, and he don't talk, and he doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk. He just says Sharma.
He just
That's
says
it.
that. He just says that.
Sharma.
That's what
But
O'Malley's
CJ,
not good. It's what they're not all getting. It's what Dana White's not getting. Right, the biggest star in his company does not talk. It's about
however,
you can have
you can have
personality. You can have personality without talking. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's just.
Yeah, I'll just go through some of these comments. Bonkers LFC saying
I've got a very controversial take on this. That
Daniel Zellhuberman's Mexican. Yeah, but he was fighting all on the Contender Series. Then he's in this this situation.
A lot of the Mexican fighters are all in the prelims.
Yeah. I think they're still on the main card as well. CJ, big up. Luke, Cal, Jamie, big up. ARK, Merab's not easy work. What? It's a hard fight.
It's easy, man.
I respect Jan. Aldo's a bum though. Disagree. I did think Jan beat up Malley, by the way. One of the biggest robberies in the last 5 years.
Oh, I disagree again.
Bonkers. Is that SAN? Oh, Sean.
Sean's going to win.
Conor gets the plane to his car without taking a bump or a grope, though. That's a challenge. Probably.
That's what makes him a superstar.
If Umar becomes champ, he will be a bigger star, unfortunately. His name's got value. Sean did say in that press conference, because I'm not going to show every single clip because this video will get taken down. But he did say that Umar deserved the title shot before Merab. And I thought to myself, I think if Merab got asked that in like an interview, he just stormed off and just go, "Who the fuck is Umar?" he's only in that position because of the last name. And I have to say, like, how the fuck were you nearly getting finished the fight before Sandhagen, before immediate performance against Corey Sandhagen, and now you're sitting there to get a fight for the belt next? Like what? Because your last name's a Nurmagomedov. I might need to change my name. I get some opportunities.
I'd love
I
to see
just
you
grow
try
out the
that.
beard. Just say, "Hey, brother." Might work.
Can I speak on the O'Malley stuff?
Yeah, go on then.
All right. So one thing I will say is O'Malley will never be as big a star as Conor McGregor for the simple fact of McGregor wasn't manufactured. The UFC are doing this silly thing at the moment where they're trying to manufacture superstars. And Jay put it absolutely spot on. The one person not trying to manufacture is Alex Pereira, and he's become a star. The more you try and manufacture a star, the less chance of that person becoming a star. A la case, John Jones. The more Dana White tells you he's the GOAT and the pound for pound number one, the more we push back as fans and go, well, he's not because of this, because of that, because of that. If Dana just shut up about it, most people would probably go, yeah, John's the GOAT. John's pound for pound. But because he keeps on trying to force it on us, as humans, we're going to go, well, no, something's wrong. Something's wrong here. Why are you so forceful about this rather than letting us make up our own minds about this? That is what's happening with O'Malley. Now, if you were just to take O'Malley as a person, I kind of disagree with you guys. I think he's quite witty on the microphone. I wouldn't say he's a great talker, but I think he can be quite witty. I watch his podcast with him and Tim Welch. Again, Tim Welch does a brilliant job, but I do quite like listening to Sean O'Malley.
That's where he's at his most comfortable.
Absolutely.
On that podcast. But when he's around, I do feel like that he can get quite easily
rattled. But he also doesn't try and play. I don't think he tries and plays a character when he's on the microphone. He's who he is. And I think that should be admired as well. What I will say though is his fighting style is exciting. Like he either finishes people in a very good way, or he picks them apart in a very good way. And the only time we've seen him in a fight that was almost a 50-50 fight was the Yan fight, and that was a very entertaining fight as well. The problem still comes back to Dana comparing him to Conor. I don't think anyone, unless you live through the Conor era, you don't quite get what Conor McGregor was. He was a juggernaut. Every time he spoke, let alone fought, the world stopped. There's a reason all these UFC fighters are calling out for boxers because Conor did it first. Granted, Anderson Silva spoke about it previously, but Conor did it first. Conor made the blueprint and said, you can make big money in boxing.
Against Eddie Alvarez in that presser. Everyone wants to talk like me. Everyone wants to be like me.
Yeah.
And you see that now. Everyone wants to be like him. Oh, I want
first guy to put himself out there and go, yeah, I'll go up with I'm 45 champion. I'll go and challenge 55 champion right now. Yeah. The first guy to do it. Aldo could have done it, declined it. So again, he's not going to be a Conor. In terms of being the biggest star in the UFC, though, active, if he gets a viral win or viral moment against Merab, he could potentially become the most popular active fighter in the UFC. But he'll never touch Conor McGregor. He just won't. It's impossible.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I sort of agree. Like him saying, like,
there's just levels to it, innit? Like,
yeah, like there's levels.
There'll never be another Stone Cold again. There'll never be another. There'll probably never be another Messi. There's just levels to this, and
yeah,
no one's gonna hit those peaks again. It is what it is.
Another Valentina. I hear you.
Hey, hold on. Hey, not around the way yet. That was not a media performance. He outstruck Sandhagen. Yeah, he did. Just wasn't like it wasn't a great fight. Like usually in that type of situation, we need. You know, you want to prove that you're like a number one contender. I need a dominant, like no questions asked. Like people were still like, yeah, it was good. He beat Sandhagen.
Hard to dominate.
Title shot, buddy.
Hard to dominate.
O'Malley. The thing with O'Malley, yeah, O'Malley uses his height really well.
Yeah,
he uses his height really well. I do remember watching getting knocked the shit out of in the Contender Series.
No, he knocked someone out in Contender Series. He was getting bashed about a little bit.
Oh, MALLEY. Oh, MALLEY. Remember that?
Swear he
And then
got us. Yeah, there was one early in the series where he could get knocked out.
he was humbled real quick. LOL. I don't think anyone's trying to play into the Conor character anymore. Kevin Lee tried it and it didn't work. I think the fighters gave up trying to replicate it. I think fighters have definitely tried. Certain fighters have given up, but when I'm hearing fights like Sean had done in the past, yeah, I beat Conor now at 55. I'm thinking,
Yeah, it's just.
no, I'm never going to get that
would.
shot. Or like Ilya going,
but of course he would.
yeah,
Now.
I'll fight
Conor,
Conor at
I'll
55.
be honest. Conor McGregor would still kill Sean O'Malley at 155. Kill him.
Sort of like, yeah, and maybe the fighters have stopped about trying to act like him, like on the mic and like with the sharp suits and stuff like that. But when you're still calling him out to fight, when you know you are never going to get that shot at fighting him, like Ilya, Sean, you're never going to fight him. Never, ever going to fight him if he wants to come back for a long run.
Yeah.
I think you talk about when Sean had one leg, made it the final bell and got the decision.
No, I'm talking about when he got knocked out. He didn't have no tattoos then. It was early days, but he got knocked out.
No. Are you sure? Because he says that he's still undefeated.
Are you sure it wasn't that fight, Jay, where it was a back and forth though?
Yeah. Oh well,
No,
Matt Brown.
I think it might have been fighting. It might have been someone else.
Well, Matt Brown did like an interview and basically debunked like why is the UFC trying to force like wanting O'Malley to win? They're making the bucket for the cash. Anyway, like they are still making their bread, regardless of if O'Malley wins or loses.
I don't understand the O'Malley push because he don't make the company money. O'Malley makes UFC zero money. No money.
This event to draw big pay-per-view numbers because it's in the Sphere and because it is, let's be honest, it is backed by a Saudi that like this whole thing because it's part of Riyadh season. You know, Dana's getting a decent chunk of change. Yeah, to run this event, regardless if it ends up being a complete shit show, he's still making serious cash out of it. And when he says, "Oh, I'm doing this one time only," yeah, I reckon he's saying that just in case it does go to shit, and then he's got an excuse not to go back. Because I reckon if this event is a roaring success, he will be back there. He'll be back there for another event. Like I think personally, but
the Sphere should be used once every year. I don't get why that's not a thing.
Sparingly used.
Make it your like. Keep it fresh. Use it once a year. Simple. Now it might be booked up real quick. That's the only thing. It might be booked up like years ahead already when they'd want to use it. But UFC has not really done anything like that where they go to an arena once a year as an anniversary thing. Like it's a big show. It's always at that arena. No, they do MGM and all that all the time. That's just their home sort of thing, ain't it? But yeah, like they could use the Sphere once a year, and that's we're going to have the big show at the Sphere, and that's what everyone knows it as. It's the Sphere pay-per-view. Everyone will get excited for it. It's coming up.
I know this is slightly off topic because I know McGregor's in the title. We're talking about Canelo, and Callum disappeared.
Yeah, I think it's computer.
Sorry, Callum. Sorry. I just
not your
sorry
fault,
about
bro.
That. Before we touch on like previewing the fights and stuff like that, I know I've got McGregor in the title. We've spoken about Canelo. I'll just play this clip, and I just want a simple yes or no answer. Will this happen? Just a simple yes or no answer. You got asked about McGregor and him boxing.
You and Conor McGregor have been going back and forth in recent months. Fighting him would be a mega event. Mm-hmm. Are you open to fighting Conor McGregor next year?
Yeah, why not? And then we show boxing is better. Easy, way easy money.
How soon do you knock him out, you think?
Oh, at the time I want. 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, whatever I want.
You and Conor McGregor have been going back and forth in recent months. fighting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I do want this video not to get blocked. So yeah, does this happen next year? Yes or no? Just simple
No.
before we move on.
No,
No, good.
Conor will get killed.
Yeah,
it would be ugly to like the. Oh, hold on a sec. Conor's got how many fights left on his deal?
Two.
One.
I thought he got two.
No, it's two. It's
Okay.
two after he has this. So after he has this fight, it'll be one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
one
currently
after
got
this fight.
two.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I'm gonna go yes. It will happen.
I'll go no. I do think if he wins, the UFC are going to try and put him in a championship fight. Because if he wins that championship fight, it's extra fights on the contract.
He ain't winning that
if he
championship.
wins.
It depends. It depends if he gets any more movie roles as well, and what his circumstances are like.
Hey, Roadhouse 2, get him in.
Yeah, if
he's
anyone's
fine.
seen the end of that film, they'd go make a second one, don't they?
He fights Canelo next year. He ain't beating no
Yeah,
champion.
yeah. Plus, in that thing, like there was like a quote from the interview about why he doesn't want to fight Terence Crawford because he'll probably get knocked out. Just saying. Back in the boy as always. No,
Conor's fighting Canelo next year.
in the sphere.
He'll be out of contract. He takes the fight because he
Surely-
knows it's big money. Canelo takes the fight because it's big money and he knows he's starched Conor.
Yeah, shouldn't it be Crawford and Canelo? Shouldn't that be the fight?
Yeah, it should be. It won't happen. Really and truly, it shouldn't be the fight. It should be Benavidez and Canelo, but Crawford's because of what Crawford's achieved. To be honest, it's a massive task for Crawford to go up and fight Canelo at that weight. Canelo's by far heavier, but if there is anyone who can beat Canelo with skill alone, it is Crawford.
Well, His Excellency said that he offered Canelo 200 million,
Yeah,
and he said no.
Canelo doesn't need the money. He's been making 50 to 100 mil fight for the longest time.
I got a thing on the Saudi season stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's boring. I think it's boring as shit.
I love it, Jeff.
Well, he was saying that after what Callum told us before. Are you sure you want to say that again?
The Saudi seasons, the fights are mostly
season.
boring. Riyadh season, yeah. The fights are mostly crap and boring.
I actually think it's
The events are
like
boring.
boxing, man. I think some of the events are dragged. I agree.
Yeah, I've only enjoyed one event, and that was AJ.
I think it's reinvigorated the boxing scene, though. I don't know if it can do anything for UFC.
That's what I mean. Like, just
facts. Right, let's touch on to the main event. Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Merab. I'll start off with who am I going to start off with? Who's going to have the most controversial opinion? Jamie, tell me why you think Sugar Sean O'Malley is going to beat Merab.
It's just easy work. Merab's thick as shit as well. We've got to remember this. You know, yeah, I just don't think Merab's going to come with any game plan. He's not intelligent enough, and I think he's too tall. He'll use his jab. He's the better boxer, and he'll win it. I reckon he'll win 4 rounds to 1. Easy work.
I think he's gonna.
My main event predictions have been quite spot on lately, so I've got to keep my finger up.
Yeah. I have a feeling he's gonna get his viral moment that he has been begging for. I think because we know the Merab game plan. I think he's attempted like 91 takedowns in his last 3 fights and only got 17. So we know what his game plan is gonna be. We do know. Well, O'Malley says he's got an elite ground game, a ground game that I have not seen yet. And I think that Piotr Jan fight sticks in my head, where Jan managed just getting down on the ground and sort of keep him there. And apparently, according to Cejudo, don't know how true it is, that O'Malley has struggled getting up from the bottom position, which O'Malley instantly shut down. So it will be very interesting to see if Merab actually successfully lands a takedown, see how long he can keep O'Malley there. But I do agree with you, Jamie. That jab, he's one of the better strikers in the UFC. He's got crisp work, but I think he's going to catch him with a knee. I think Merab's going to shoot, boom, knee up the middle, and it'll be like a la Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis. Going to catch him, knee flush in the forehead, and that'll be all you wrote. And he's going to get that knockout moment. He's going to go up there. He's going to call out Umar, Ilya. No, I think if he gets a viral moment, he's going to call out the winner of Ilya Max. And then we're going to see another champ fight at some point next year.
Guys, I just sent you you guys a photo in our WhatsApp group. It's the setup for the arena. There's still loads of tickets available.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's Saturday, but I'm being told Sean O'Malley's a massive star. Look at the arena setup; it's crap. Yeah. It is just it's the screens and the stage, and everyone sits there like a concert. So everyone's going to be sitting in front of the stage like a concert, and they go have the LED stage and the ring. So shit, man, no atmosphere.
If it was just before I get your opinion on the main event, if it was in the middle and it was people around like that, then that would be a hell of a spectacle with the LED screens around. Now that would be like
that's what I thought it was.
Shit.
That's what I thought it was, but it ain't. I've just watched a YouTube video of it as well, just a second ago. Someone who went to there to watch the U2 concert, and it's just literally an auditorium when you're sitting down, a normal theatre, and in front of you, you got the big, massive LED screens that do some mad shit. By the way, it does do some mad shit, and it's and then you got the stage area. I thought it was something completely different.
Callum, your thoughts on Sugar Sean O'Malley Merab?
I think Merab is too one-dimensional to beat Sean. I think I hear what you're saying, Luke, regarding Jan taking him down. But the reason why Jan was able to take O'Malley down is because of the threat of the striking from Jan. There's no threat of striking from Merab on the feet. He's very much a volume striker. He's going to throw overhands and stuff to try and get the takedown. I think O'Malley slips, punches, and catches him something clean. I think he stops the fight within 2 rounds.
I think he'll get his viral moment. Because I don't
know if he'll get a viral moment, but the UFC will turn it into a viral moment. They'll push it out there on the different platforms, etc. I don't think it'll be a special knockout. I think he'll just time Merab. I think the first round he'll just focus on not getting taken down, and then the second round I think he'll do similar to the Aljo fight. I think he'll catch him coming in and then end the fight. Merab is a great fighter, but Sean, he's a sniper, as you guys said, and he finds people's chins. He just knows how to find someone's chin, and unless you're bringing different things to the table, you're going to catch him.
When I said easy work, why did and that we've all agreed that it's easy work.
Like, I didn't and R and say it wasn't easy work. I and R when you say Merab is a bum.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Bum.
Yeah. I went.
You'd beat him, man.
Merab? No, I wouldn't. Let's not put it out there.
I have full confidence in Callum Sanderson. I really do.
I do not have any confidence.
Man like Matt's got beef with Tyron Woodley. Let's just stick Merab in there with him as well.
To be fair, Woodley's got no chin there, so I'm getting Matt on that one. Yeah.
I'm not.
Zero.
Ray Longo in this corner. They'll come with a good game plan.
If Ray Longo can breathe out of his nose anymore, Jesus.
Jesus Christ. What if the fight is also inside the screen sphere though? That'd be effing
I don't think
insane.
they would.
I
I
think it would
don't
look
think
a
they'd
bit
be able
shit.
to do that because coaches will be able to.
Yeah, see.
Because the video footage would be there for the fighters, wouldn't it? It's right in front.
Yeah.
So but also because the way it's set up, the stage is going to be right in front of the crowd, like you're watching a concert. It might be a bit off-putting having the screen behind you also have the fight on at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I've got
Might be
a
a bit
feeling it's
off-putting.
not going to be a good spectacle, like to watch. Matt will beat Marabi easy. Yeah, big facts. Big facts. Matt's card is going to be a different level. No, so before we touch on the actual main event, Shaw wins KO.
Yeah, I think he stops him in the second round,
yeah.
third round, Matt.
I'm gonna go 4-1 split, and not split 4-1. Points.
He's going to a decision.
Yeah, I think it's going to be boring as hell. I do. I think it's going to be boring as hell.
Well,
I think we're going to get a load of TNA in the co-main, and then in that main we're going
to get booing in the main event. We're going to get booing because it's going to be shit. But
no
speaking
booing in
of
that co-main, don't worry.
But speaking of co-main events, the actual Mexican champion on this card, Alexa Grasso. I think it's the first.
I don't have an answer for that.
I can't.
Even Alexa knows Alexa Grasso.
You put up the shame on Jay.
Jesus, yeah. But before we touch on the co-main event, before we touch on the co-main event, thanks everyone. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Jamie and Callum's channels are both in the description. Let's touch on the co-main event. I think this is the first women's title fight trilogy in UFC history, I believe.
Yeah.
Where there's been a trilogy that of all three fights have been over the title.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yes.
It has been a title fight, every one of them. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Obviously, last time out, a bit of some dodgy scoring cards there because maybe Valentina's
very dodgy.
Very, 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 very dodgy.
Very dodgy.
That saw Alexa Grasso hold on to the belt because it was a majority draw. I'll start off with Valentina's side piece, Jamie. So how? Yeah, like your thoughts on the co-main event. Is this going to be easy work? Is this going to be some light work for Valentina? Do you think?
No, I think Grosso's got this all day long. It burns me.
Wow.
It burns me.
Hey, you're gonna bet against your missus, bro. What is he doing?
I'm simply entertainment. I'm here for entertainment purposes only. I think I don't know how much more Valentina's got left in the tank. To be fair, she's carried women's MMA now for quite a while. Yeah, sorry guys, she has. And
whoa.
Right, here's my thing. I believe since Ronda
MMA, what's Amanda Nunes been doing?
Amanda Nunes, she's got just
whoa,
bums.
Okay.
Right,
Valentina's not been fighting bums.
I think Valentina is the best women's MMA fighter in the last 5 years. Pure MMA, I think she's the best. But she's come to the end of her career. And Grosso's the next in line. I think Grasso wins his fight. I think.
You're lucky we're friends, Jamie. Yeah,
Talk about bias, bloody hell, Jay. He's not even gonna hide it anymore.
I think Grosso's going to knock her out. I think Grasso knocks her out, which is unfortunate. I just don't know how much Valentina's got left in the tank because she has been doing it for a while, to be fair, and she's gone up and down weight classes, obviously. So I I don't know how. I think Grosso's just sort of like her match. I think Grasso knows how to beat her. I think her boxing is superior. She's going to use that in this fight. Valentina, she's going to use her legs and try and get close, but try and get the takedowns and stuff like that, maybe ground and pound. But I just don't see it happening. I think. Yeah, it's just what she's going to try and do. Try and get close, put her up against the cage and stuff like that. But because Grasso's extremely good footwork to her previous boxing training, I think she's going to stay away from that quite well and use the jab and that box and that strike Valentina in this fight. So I think Grasso wins it. Oh my God, ARK. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I can't even. Oh man, the pictures I have. Yeah, I think Grasso wins by knockout.
By knockout. Hey, I see your tactics, Jamie. I see your tactics, because if Valentina wins,
I'm being
hella shameless. Like I can sense, I can feel it. But Callum, are you agreeing with Jamie? Do you think Grasso successfully retains the belt and basically sends Valentina packing out of the division?
Yeah, I do think Grasso wins. This is where it annoys me though, because the record books will show Grasso wins 2 and they draw 1. Shevchenko won that last fight. Were it not for one judge doing something dodgy,
some crack,
Valentina wins that fight, and we're having a trilogy with all the marbles on the line. And that's my annoyance with the last fight result. But yeah, I think it's weird because I don't think Grasso has any standout qualities apart from her boxing. Her jiu-jitsu is obviously very good as well. But it seems as though she just matches up very well to this version of Valentina. Valentina in her prime, with all due respect to Grasso, destroys Grasso.
Yeah,
but this isn't Valentina in her prime. And I think Mother Nature, Father Time is undefeated. And I think Valentina is... You started to see signs of it against like Talia Santos and Grasso in the first fight.
I thought she lost against Santos before she pulled.
Well, she was losing the fight before the head clash.
Yeah.
The Grasso fight, I actually thought she was... I thought she was winning the Grasso fight the first time until she got caught. And the second one, I think she did win the Grasso fight. But each one of those fights, you saw her slowing down ever so slightly when speed was her biggest killer. It was her IQ and her speed. The IQ will never go. If the speed goes a little bit and someone else can match that speed a little bit, then it becomes a more difficult fight. And I think Grasso does it. I'd like Valentina to win, but I think Grasso does it.
I'm just looking at Shevchenko's fights. The only person she's really lost to really is Amanda Nunes.
Even that I don't think she's lost.
Whoa. Hey, am I beefing with both of you today?
She didn't lose that.
She went 5 rounds.
She lost the first one, not the second one. She didn't lose the second one.
Yeah, second one was a bit techy.
She went 5 rounds.
Second one, she won that fight.
She went 5 rounds. But she's beaten everyone. She's beaten Pena, Home, Canoe. She's beaten everyone. Is it Jessica? Is it? Joanna Jacek, obviously. You know. Yeah, Andrade. Yeah, Jessica Andrade. She's beaten everyone really, apart from Grasso.
Well, technically, she should have a win over her though. Give me 1 sec, boy. I'm gonna
blow my nose. That is basically the only fight she needs to. Then she's completed her legacy. So.
Yeah, I do believe that. Look, obviously, I think Grasso does win this. As both you and Callum, especially what Callum said about Mother Nature, Father Time. I think you have seen, especially from that Santos fight onwards, you just seen the speed decline ever so slightly. But we know in this game, the second the speed goes, and someone just matches you, even speed-wise, because apart from the boxing being Chris Jiu-Jitsu, Grasso's not better in the clinch than Shevchenko. Not better wrestler than Shevchenko. Not better.
It's just if Shevchenko can bully her into the cage and get that clinch, then it could be
Yeah,
long for
'cause she's
Grasso. I
deadly
ain't
and
gonna
good.
lie.
Yeah, again, like
And
my biggest criticism of Shevchenko in that first fight, for that she was doing too many spinny shit, and then she got caught doing some spinny shit, and then Grasso was like, "Yeah, cheers for that, bosh."
All right, but Luke though, she did that spinning stuff throughout her whole career, and it
Yeah.
worked to a T.
But
But this is
that's where
the problem when you're on the top.
fine.
When you're on the top for so long, people study you. Remember, no one else had picked up and thought,
Oh,
"I'm going
yeah.
to try and catch her
No.
coming in." With her.
Too studied.
No one ever thought, "I'm going to try and catch Valentina while she's spinning and then try and grapple her." Grasso's the first
Yeah.
person to think of that. It was a genius move, but she'd done spinning kicks to everyone she fought previously, and no one did a thing about it.
No. Okay, 125 women's used to be a shit division though. The good fights are coming through now. I have to say there is an excellent crop of talent coming through the 125 women's division.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like
there's
so.
no, yeah, definitely.
Blanchfield, Fiat, who is I think is the backup fighter. I was gonna say Macy Barber, but yeah, not for me. She's had too many decisions fall favorably in her way recently that I've sort of thought if she wasn't a Contender Series alumni, I think she would have had a few more losses on the record. But hey ho, that's just me. And but I do think this is Valentina's last time at 125. I don't know whether or not she'd want to try to go down or whether or not she wants to go up. For me personally, if I'm Valentina and I'm unsuccessful, I wait for the loser of Pennington, and then I beat them, and then wait for because I do believe that there is a couple of ways to get Amanda Nunes out of retirement, and like I know, I'm speaking about the real women's MMA GOAT in Amanda Nunes. I do believe for Amanda Nunes to come out of retirement, a couple of things need to happen. And one of them is either Valentina Shevchenko or Kayla Harrison holding her bantamweight title is the only way to grab her out of retirement. And I do think Shevchenko will probably make the jump to 35 afterwards. All right, Jamie. Yeah, big up,
I
Jamie.
left in the private chat.
Everyone subscribe to Jamie's channel. Link in the description.
I'll see you Saturday, boys. I'll see you Saturday.
Yep.
Indeed.
What's it? Jamie had to shoot off there. Yeah, so I do think that Shevchenko will make the jump up to 135 pounds.
I think she only makes a jump up if it's Pena who's the champion, bro.
I know. I think she faces the loser of Pennington because she's going to have still that much pull. I do think
you think if she wins or she loses?
Loses, I think she can still get a top 5 ranked opponent at bantamweight to sort of move herself into title contention, because I do think that she could probably beat everyone in that division. Kayla Harrison's a tough one because the one thing that we said that she struggled with Nunes was the size
and the grappling,
size and the grappling. And Kayla Harrison, I don't know if you see Kayla Harrison, she's hench.
Kayla Harrison is a fight or two away from being that champion,
and a fight or two away of getting Amanda Nunes out of retirement. Because I only believe there's 2 people that will grab her out, and one is Harrison, and the other is Valentina. Either of them are holding her belt.
I don't think Valentina gets Nunes out of retirement.
Not if she's holding her belt.
No, because Nunes will just turn around and be like, I beat her twice.
Yeah, true.
Kayla Harrison's the one.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison's the one for me, but even Jamie agreed that Shevchenko is probably going to lose. But
yeah, I'd love for Shevchenko to win. Nothing against Grasso. I just love for Shevchenko to win, and then even for them to have a 4th fight, I'd be up for.
Yeah, I think you could definitely get a quadrilogy out of that. Definitely get that. That'd be the only second quadrilogy behind her icon, Morena Figueiredo.
Yeah.
But let's touch on probably the last fight we'll touch on the card. which is Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes. Obviously, Diego Lopes was due to fight Ortega. I forgot which card it was.
Was it? It was the same fight. It was meant to be. Wasn't it Pereira Yuri? Was it meant to be on that card?
I'll have a look. Actually, I'll have a quick look. Sorry, I've got something stuck in my throat. Apologies for that. When did he fight? 303. 303.
Yeah.
And he fought on that. So Ortega was out, even though everything was weighed in and everything. Apparently, he was very, very unwell. Couldn't get to the restroom. So they called up Dan Ige. Literally fought on a few hours' notice. Put in a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
Then got promised a spot on the Sphere cards, which he, I don't think he's on that card. He's not on that card. So, when the UFC that says that will fix you up, that's not true. Because Dan Ige was promised by Dana live on TV. Yeah. We'll sort him out. Because he's done the company well. But no, this is a massive opportunity. I'd say this is more of an opportunity for Diego Lopes than it is for Brian Ortega, because Ortega has said, regardless of the result, he wants to be active. He wants to jump up to fight at lightweight, because he said, even if I win, it doesn't move me up. It doesn't. It doesn't help me winning, because if Max beats Ilya, they're running that back. If Ilya beats Max, they'll run it back. If Ilya beats Max and Sean wins, then Sean will probably get a title shot, vice versa. So obviously Ortega's nowhere near the title. And I think he's in his mid-30s. I think he's about 33. So his time, his time is now if he wants to get another shot at a belt, or just to keep. I think he wants to keep himself active more. But for Lopes, I think this is his 5th fight in a year or something like that. Like, he has been
active,
super active, which we always say is great for the company to show that you can be relied upon. Yeah. But we have seen that when you're active like this, that chin
something can go wrong.
Duration can just dip. So how are we seeing this?
It's a tough one, because I think Lopes probably hits harder than Brian. Brian can take a punch, man. Brian is tough.
He's taking some beatings.
He is tough, but Lopes off his back has very good jiu-jitsu, as we saw against Evloev. But Ortega's jiu-jitsu is like special. It's up there.
You don't get called T-City for nothing.
Exactly. I'm leaning towards Ortega, but I do think it'll be a closer fight than a lot of people think. The problem Ortega's got, though, as you said, is what does he get from winning this fight apart from another notch under his belt? Because he's fighting number 12. So number 3 versus number 12, everyone's expecting number 3 to win. So if he wins, it's like everyone goes, "Oh, well, you beat number 12."
On the rankings, they expect him to win, but I think most people expect Ortega to lose.
But here's why I disagree with you, though, bro. We saw Poirier beat BSD, and we still thought, "Oh, Poirier's won, but he ain't gonna get a title shot." All it takes is for one person to pull out of a fight and another person to not be available, and Ortega's in. I think if Ortega wins this fight, he may get a title shot sooner than people think. Or at least he may have to fight one more time. Problem is, he's already lost to Volk and he's lost to Max. If Max beats Volk, so if Max beats Ilya in impressive fashion, I don't think Ilya gets a rematch. And I think you do Ilya versus Ortega.
Ooh. That's a fight. Now that is a fight.
Where is that?
We got the comment. Touched on Grasso. Grasso has much better boxing. Shevchenko in every exchange. Lopes was tied on against Ige in round 3. Only issue was Ige was also tied. Ortega could finish him later on. Yes, could do. Could do. I do think.
Is it a 5 round or 3 round? There's 3 round.
3 rounder. So I don't think the gas tank will be such an issue. Just hope Ortega doesn't roll his ankle again like he did when he was doing
That
his
was
introduction.
crazy, isn't it?
That was absolutely mental. Like he did his ankle literally whilst he was doing, whilst Bruce was announcing his name. I think he was wincing a bit. It's like, why is this guy like wincing? And then it's like, oh yeah, the guy's injured. I'm like thinking, what? And he nearly got finished as well. But I do expect this is definitely what's this apparently?
What's that?
All right, okay. Sorry, I was just seeing something about Trent.
Oh.
Like a positive way. I think it's a positive way, but yeah, we'll touch on it afterwards.
It's just me.
I kicked myself out.
I was about to take over and say some crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. Not hey, hold up, buddy. Macho. No. Yeah, this is definitely Lopez's opportunity, massive opportunity. Because but even if he wins, he will take Ortega's spot, but don't think he's any closer to a title shot. I do think featherweight was sort of at a bit of a loggerhead, really, because Volk's sitting out for the rematch, for a potential rematch. If Max gets the belt, are we really running Volk Max 4?
Yeah, they'll do it
again. Like, are we running that again?
Here's the thing: if Max wins, I don't know if Volk can get a title shot. So Brian Ortega, just in my opinion, should stay ready, because if he gets a viral win or a big win here, he could get a title shot sooner than people think.
Like Lopez is, we'd say, he's getting the hype train. He's not getting the Dana privilege hype train, but he's getting the fan hype train.
Yeah, but I tell you what, if Lopez wins, that throws a cat amongst the pigeons.
Because it's like, okay, if Max wins or if Ilya wins in dominating fashion,
and that's who you go with.
And that's where it's like, okay, we've got someone new. We've got Lopez, we've got a fresh contender. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, just a few things to really touch on. So Dana told basically Kevin Iole that it's a sellout with less than 1,000 tickets remaining. Has a company record $23 million gate, up from estimates earlier of 21 million. That's with 1,000 tickets left. I have to say, that is fucking poor. 1,000 tickets left.
The thing is, the gate doesn't really do much for me anymore in terms of the because it just means that you're charging people way more than other companies are charging. So the gate doesn't really do much. What's the attendance and what's the actual people the amount of people turning up? What's the crowd like? Because effectively you want people to not, you don't want to, as a company, you don't want to almost outlaw the people that got you to the dance. And if he's pricing those people out, then it's not going to last very long.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're going to call it a night. Just seeing what time it is. Callum, massive thanks for joining me this evening. Big up to Jamie as well.
And stuff, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm glad that you were able to join me this evening. Big up to Jamie as well. I think he had one of his kids went well, so big up to Jamie. I hope the little one gets better. You got anything coming up on Coppish you want to shout out, or Sanderson show?
Probably gonna have a preview on Coppish tomorrow. Sanderson show, should have some stuff coming out tomorrow, which is quite fun. So yeah,
stay tuned, everyone. Stay tuned. What's next on the channel? I say depending on like my timing schedules, I may do Bellator watch along. I may do a Bellator watch along. If it doesn't fall into place, it might not happen. But I will try to have it get a nap and then we watch the UFC. But it all depends on Bellator's on and depends if I'm busy. So that's in the plans. If not, obviously it'll be the watch along on the Sanderson show. And then if I get enough of a nap beforehand, I'll stay up afterwards to do a post-fight reaction and stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Everyone that's tuned in, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. And we will see you all very, very soon.